Last time you were here, you were talking about, and I say this to you every time, and I mean it, and we've talked about this, you are a very attractive person, and yet you find fault with your anatomy.
Yeah.
In specific ways, which I think is like, that's a trap to do that. You know what I mean?
Is.
Rather than just to be happy with yourself.
I know, I wish I could just accept myself, but I just have really low self-esteem because I was born a woman, and so, maybe I was born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. It is Maybelline. It's Procter & Gamble. It's everything. But no, I do struggle with it. And something I've talked about on here, which is like a lot of people have responded to, is that I talked about my vagina before and how I have what I described as a hastily packed suitcase down there. And it's really freed me with you being, thank you for letting me air it out on here. Literally.
It is not anything that I intended.
It isn't, but the fact
it's not what this show was built for. I'm glad if it empowers you or makes you, or if it's therapeutic for you at all.
It really has been, because it's...
But let's be adult about it. What about your vagina are you unhappy about?
Okay, I feel like
the vagina, it's like the greatest thing ever invented. What's the problem?
I mean, I know that, and that's the thing, like, I just feel like I want to get ahead. I think I talk about it so much because I'm talking to men who might date me. Like, I'm hoping someone might date me that's watching this, and they're like, okay, I know she's got something down there. And then when they see it, they're like, that's not that bad. And I'm like, I know. Like, I think I'm just kind of preparing them.
Oh, you're lowering the bar. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I do that with my penis all the time.
Yes.
I've spent years going, oh, this thing's a mess.
Yes.
And then when someone finally got a look at it, they were like, it's not awful.
Yes.
And I was like, yay,
It is a trick, and I've done the same thing, and I feel like, but the thing is I'm really freaking out right now because I'm single, and I've just kept struggling with the fact that I don't like going on dates because the expectation of sex, and I get nervous. I get nervous about new penises, like having to see a new penis. So I would really appreciate it if
I thought you meant like a new guy. Yeah. I thought you meant like a recently manufactured penis.
I want them used.
Yeah, you're talking about that. Yeah, I think everyone has some anxiety about you see their body for the first time, they see you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for being empathetic about that, because I feel nervous about it, and I'm not talking about size. I want to be clear about that. That's like 99% of it, but like the rest of it, no, it's not. It really isn't. Well, she thinks it is. Yeah. But it's not. No. If a guy has a micropenis, I want to be very clear about this, because I feel like so many men feel so much shame about whatever they have down there, and you obviously deserve love. I would be with a guy with a micropenis. I really would. Thank you. Wow. Thanks, ma'am. No.
Well,
I love
you just saved that man's life.
Yes. Who cares?
Don't put a camera on him. I see a camera moving. Don't put a camera on Micropenis Man. For God's sake.
I love that he volunteered that, because that's what I want. I want guys to feel good about, because you can have a good relationship with a guy with a micropenis. There's obviously ways around it. You have toys. You have your hands. You can cheat on him. Like, there's things that No, you deserve love like anyone else, and I would be with you. Here's the thing about micropenises that I don't like, okay? So if you have one, if you're watching...
This isn't why I got into this business, I'll be honest with you right now. Go ahead,
Me either, to be honest.
Go ahead, let's hear about it.
Okay, so there's the thing. I have not encountered one in the wild yet, but I have friends that have. And it's okay, but the guy will take it out and just be like, yeah, it's just a penis, like a normal penis. And it's just like, and they gaslight you with their penis as to like, so, because they know as a woman you haven't seen enough to be like, you could be like, I guess that's the way they are. I haven't seen one as often as he has, so I guess this is a normal penis. But my point is just a little heads up, pun intended, that you might have something going on, because I will say, and that's why I wrote a whole special like about my vagina, is to give a heads up to a guy, because if my labia were like on the floor, let's say, and a guy was about to take off my pants, I would warn him and be like, listen, when you unbutton my pants, it's gonna be like the court jester has like a message for the king. Like there's going to be an announcement. You might hear a horn in your ear.
Stand back.
Yes. I would just like, just give us some warning is all I'm asking for. But this is also why I love hooking up in public because a guy can't take his penis out because he'll be arrested. And you don't have to do anything with it because there's this thing that guys do when you hook up with them. You'll be making out or whatever, and then the guy's penis will just be out because he thinks, well, this is, and there's a part of you that's like, well, I guess it's penis time. Like, I didn't know. I didn't hear the bell.
Right,
Soup's
right.
on. And you just do something to him because he's like, yeah, this is what happens. And you go, I must be crazy. Okay. And then you get to work and you're like, why am I doing this? But you do it because as a woman, you sometimes are like, it would be so embarrassing for me to tell this man to put his penis away. He was brave enough. He had the courage to take it out. I'm gonna shame him I'm gonna shame my own boss for those same leadership skills brought this company into the black, and I'm gonna make him feel bad about it, so you end up doing something you don't want to do. So that's why I love hooking up in public, because if they take their penis out, they're gonna get in trouble. And they can do stuff to you, because you can just pretend that he's helping you with your snaps on your bodysuit. If like a manager of a restaurant is like, take that outside, and you're like, well, it's the snaps, and you have an excuse. It's an inside job. So when now, thank you, preach. Some girl just said preach. It's all I've ever wanted. And so this is the thing. Now when I'm like making out with a guy and he's like, let's go back to your place, I'm always like, let's go to Makeout Point. And he's like, where's that? And I'm like, it's a playground. So if you take your penis out, you'll have to introduce yourself to your neighbors for the rest of your life. It's just a perfect plan. So keep on making it up.
You've given this so much thought.
So much. I'm really stumbling onto some things.
Yeah. Well, I think you helped a lot of people here.
I hope I did.
You helped a lot of women here tonight. You helped one man with.
I love you. Every time I'm here, and you can cut this later, but this blows my mind that I get to sit with you two and be on this show. It is truly a career dream. Everyone in your crowd, I heard the enthusiasm. You're all Conan heads. I am too. I've achieved my life goal. I love this show. It's never been funnier. It is, like, all your stuff you're doing online is so good. The field piece tonight was incredible. It is an honor to be here. Thank you guys so much.
Not only are we not going to cut that, we're going to run that on a loop.
It's true. It's the best show.
You're very kind to say all that.
It's
hey,
true.
for tickets to Nikki's Bang It Out tour, go to nikkiglaser.com/tour. We love it when you're here. Nikki Glaser, everybody, we'll take a break.